Hi everyone, it's Cyber Hero Coach Cynthia. So, how many of us has been making use of ChatGPT, Microsoft 365 Copilot? Today I'm talking about the Copilot for the security pros and IT professionals. So I want to share insights on what Microsoft Security Copilot is about. Everyone can get an overview, have knowledge about Microsoft Security Copilot. For this video, you don't need to be a security professional. I just want you to understand what Microsoft Security Copilot does and its relevance. So let's go straight into it. Microsoft Security Copilot is the first generative AI cloud-based security platform for managing security processes at machine speed and at scale. With AI, it has become sophisticated for bad actors to gain access into our system. They are also using AI as well, sophisticated process to gain access, breach the system at machine speed and at a fast rate that humans cannot even follow through. That is why we have Security Copilot. The good thing about Security Copilot is it has a prompt. It has that prompt just like you see the prompt in Microsoft 365 Copilot or in ChatGPT. So as a security professional or an IT pro, you can always type in your prompt in natural language and Security Copilot does the rest back end and give you the answers you want right on time. So that is what Security Copilot is for. Security Copilot is built from Microsoft Azure OpenAI, and also it has the large language model. So it's a combination of Microsoft Security Copilot and OpenAI. Security Copilot is basically making IT pros to troubleshoot IT issues very fast, and it gives you insights, processes or logs in which those IT issues are being resolved. You get to see the steps the Microsoft Security Copilot has done. A good thing about Microsoft Security Copilot is also it can help when you type in your natural language, it can convert it into KQL, cost to query language used by security professionals for threat hunting. So you don't necessarily have to type the syntax for KQL. It does it for you. It defines and manages complex policies. It cross-checks around your environment and your platform to see if there are duplicate policy. It has a way of synthesizing those policies, sees if there are lags in your environment, and also create policies on your behalf. It's there. It can even generate reports. You don't have to take time thinking about how to generate reports. It generates reports with good explanations for executives to understand what's happening within your environment. So that is what Microsoft Security Copilot is all about. Let's dive deeper to see more. One of the core benefits, or I'll call it the core intelligence of Microsoft Security Copilot, is its integration. When I mean integration, it works hand in hand with the Microsoft security ecosystem. There are plugins. Once you have those plugins, you have those licenses to those plugins, and you have access to those environments, you can use those plugins. Like the Microsoft security platform, we have Microsoft Entra for identity and access management. That plugin can be incorporated into Security Copilot. You have Microsoft Intune plugin for managing devices. That plugin you can also have that plugin in your Security Copilot and lots more. The good thing is, apart from integration with the Microsoft security stack, it also integrates with non-Microsoft tools or products like Tanium for managing devices, even ServiceNow. It gives you that synergy, communication, and observability of your environment. The good thing about it is because of its flexibility, you can also incorporate your own custom plugin. So you can incorporate your own knowledge base. Let's say you have a document or something related to your environment. Incorporate those plugins too. Integrate those plugins too into Microsoft Security Copilot. You can make use of prompt books, just like when we use Microsoft 365 Copilot. for typing in prompts on what you require or using ChatGPT. Also in Security Copilot, you type prompts in natural language and you get answers, explanation. If you have prompts that you use regularly within your system, maybe to triage your environment for root causes and all, you can have that prompt created as a prompt book. You don't necessarily have to type the prompt every time you want to do those invest. This good thing about the prompt books is the prompt book is not just for only you. You can also share it with your team members. There's collaboration. Your team can use the same prompt for consistent. Now, the other one I like most about is agents. What are agents? With Microsoft Security Copilot, you can make use of agents. Agents are like the grandmaster, like I would say. They act on behalf of the security pro, working round the clock 24 hours, even when the security pros are sleeping. Like in the agent, you have conditional access optimization agent for managing your conditional access policies. You have the phishing triage agent for checking for phishing messages reported by users in your organization. And it triages to see, oh, is this phishing message actually a phishing message? Or sees maybe it's not, it's maybe a false positive. That is what Security Copilot is all about. The good thing about this is Security Copilot acts on behalf of the identity and permission of the user making use of it. So if you are a user making use of Security Copilot in your organization, and for example, you do not have access or permission to Microsoft Entra, when you impute a prompt requesting for something or report from Microsoft Entra, you won't be able to get such information. That is how Security Copilot works. So let's talk about, in a general way, how Security Copilot, the stages it pass through when you impute your prompts and get your reports back. So I'm just going to try not to be too technical about this, for us to just have that visual understanding on how Microsoft Security Copilot works. Assuming I'm a security personnel, and I want to request information from Microsoft Security Copilot, the first thing I will do is to make use of prompts, for example. So those prompts, maybe I want to request an information about the state of a device or a policy in Microsoft Entra. All I have to do is to type in those prompts in natural language, and Microsoft Security Copilot takes over from there. How does it work? Because it has the combination of OpenAI, which is the large language model, and the Microsoft security stack. Once you type in your prompt, as a Security Copilot, it first checks the information you are requesting for, and also check if you have identity and permission to access these resources or the several capabilities or plugins that you want to get information from. Once it does that, it does a process called grounding. So grounding basically is trying to make that request which you have done using natural language, is trying to make that request easy and understandable for the large language model back end to understand. It's a pre-processing stage. So it pre-processes those information for large language model to understand. Once the large language model receives that pre-processed information, it generates a response. After generating a response, it still goes, there's a post-processing stage where it makes sure that it has checked all the necessary plugins that requires your information. It checks all the necessary integration to see that it has been able to process the response based on the context in which you are requesting it. After that is done, it also incorporates responsible AI. It ensures that every response it gives you follows responsible AI of transparency, fairness, and all that. And your response is generated for you to see. Once the response is generated, you also see a log seeing all the stages it took, what endpoints or what plugins it checked as well for you to confirm. And of course, if you are not convinced with the response, you can always retry the prompt again And again, but remember, with Microsoft Security Copilot, you should be able to write good prompts to get accurate information. That's why Microsoft Security Copilot, there are also prompt books, built-in prompt books that you can use at the first stage to request information and then create your prompt books as well. So that is the way Microsoft Security Copilot works. I talked briefly about the agents. I like to call them the agents are the men on guard. They are on guard for 24 hours, working around the clock to be able to manage the environment. Even when the security analyst needs a break, there's someone on guard working independently, autonomously. So with agents, there are different agents across Microsoft ecosystem. We have the Microsoft native agents, from the conditional access optimization agent to the DLP and insider risk management agent. The conditional access optimization agent is within Microsoft Entra. Basically, it is checking for conditional access policy gaps, and also seeing if there are duplication and help in synergizing those conditional access policies to ensure that there are no gaps within your environment. Bad actors cannot gain access into it. The phishing triage agent too is within the Microsoft Defender stack. Basically, when used, imagine hundreds of users reporting phishing messages. As a security analyst, also doing other tasks, you may not have the time to start triaging all of them. These agents are on guard to triage these reported phishing messages to confirm if these messages are actually phishing messages or not. It confirms if it is true or if it is a false positive, and it gives you stages to remediate this phishing message. That is what the phishing triad agent is all about. What about if you need threat intelligence report? We have the threat intelligence briefing agent on guard. We have also the DLP, which is the data loss prevention and insider risk management agent, Microsoft Purview. Basically managing your data loss prevention alerts, summarizing the incidents, giving you ways to manage your data governance. We also have partner agents, lots of partner agents within the Microsoft Security Copilot, from the privacy breach agent by OneTrust, checking for data breaches, network supervisor agent from Aviatris, and also Ethereum security triage agent as well. That is basically what Microsoft Security Copilot is. For efficiency, helping security analysts to manage security breaches, manage your security environment at scale with machine speed. So the question will be, as a security analyst, do you, or an IT professional, do you think you need Security Copilot? I'll always say that AI is here to stay. So it's good we learn and know about how Security Copilot